Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. In the last episode, we arrived at Moonrise Towers and had our introduction to Ketheric Thorm and confirmed that, yeah, he's basically indestructible. We met some of the goblins that failed to catch us back in the first act. And I let them go because, well, primarily just to antagonize these people. Because they wanted me to kill them, and so I didn't. And so we're continuing to also explore the towers. We have a bunch of stuff we need to do here, so we're just kind of getting the lay of the land, seeing what we can find. We had a conversation with Disciple Zarel, who has tasked us with heading out to the Thorm Mausoleum and finding something there that Thorm wants. So we'll see about that. In the meantime, we're going to keep poking our nose into stuff. Trying to see if I might be able to break into that door. Ooh. Scroll of color spray, I'll take that. Traveler's Guide to the Sword Coast, Volume 4, The Risen Road. The stained, well-thumbed pages filled with traveling advice seems to be decades out of date. Those who seek to journey to the coast from the interior regions lying to the east will typically seek out the Risen Road, running parallel to the river Chiontar. The Risen Road provides an overland route all the way from El Terrell to Baldur's Gate, and has proven tempting to travelers seeking an alternate to the river barges that sail the Chiontar. A portion of the road, approximately halfway between El Terrell and Baldur's Gate, has in recent years developed into an enclave for Selûne worship. With a temple of not insignificant splendor lying near the road, indeed an entire village, Moonhaven has developed alongside the temple and can provide food and shelter to weary travelers. Further east lies the citadel of Moonrise Towers, where a toll is required for onward passage of goods and folk alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order to avoid the toll. However, bandits and other dangers may cause them to pay a much steeper price. Well, yeah, we went to Moonhaven and the Selûnite Temple, and they've seen better days. Absolute outfit. Interesting. No, thank you. Interesting that they don't mind me poking around all this stuff. Beheading the Bitterroots. The Grimforge region is an important choke point as it controls access to Moonrise Towers via the Underdark, but Grimforge is occupied by the Duergar Bitterroot clan. Though not numerous, these Duergar are a band of tough combatants and could prove inconvenient obstacles should we need to move military assets quickly through the region. These Duergar must be neutralized. Accordingly, let a team of Orin's cracked doppelganger assassins be assigned the task of killing King Guerdon, the monarch of the Bitterroot clan. After the assassination, the team is to gather Guerdon's head, and especially his crown, before ensuring that both are hurled into the fathomless depths. The Bitterroots, unable to crown a new king, will fracture into quarreling subclans, the leaders of which can one by one be tadpoled. Disciple Zarel on the behalf of General Ketheric. Well, now we know how they gained control over Grimforge. Oh, lovely. Let's close that door. A Attention Acolytes. A reminder, Acolytes are permitted entry to my chambers with the sole purpose of collecting moon lanterns. My library is not to be tampered with. While the Absolute appreciates your eagerness to learn, my bookshelves do not. Any requests to borrow from them must be given in advance, given to me in advance, and are like to be refused. Should you desire information on poisons, do not think to read any tome on the subject here. They are inclined to grant more knowledge than the written word could provide. Remember, the Absolute's purpose is better served by a beating heart than a poisoned mind, though if you choose death, I will ensure you serve her still. So the room is trapped. Beautiful. Viscera. Ugh. A heart. A human heart, carefully cut from the chest, coagulating blood slowly drips from an artery. Sure. Though we were just told not to do something, and of course we are going to do it. This is considered stealing?
Breathe quiet. Move with care. Let's have a look. What's that?
Bookshelf labeled Poisons and Venoms, Musty Tomes, Conventional Medicine, Galvanic Interrogations.
What path lies before me?
A lever. Balthazar personal notes. Request from the next caravan. Any works by Mordenkainen. Must catch up on current events. No Volo. Better a century of ignorance. Hidden Vellum. Holds ink like no other. Could harvest from an acolyte. New copy of Swift and Southern Death for a library. Current volume badly scorched. Some alchemy ingredients. Some more alchemy ingredients. Opens that door. Something is making noise out there.
Something good here, I hope.
Purple fluorite shard. Alright, do I want to mess with this? Ah, apparently there is a vent of poisonous gas over here. Lovely.
Moving in.
Did it clear? There's the vent. Alright. Is there anything that I can move on top of that vent to prevent that from happening? There is this big pot. Let's see if that works. Nope. It does not. Recipe of drow poison. Alright, so this is just a recipe book. Musty tomes. Something clicked here. Ancient altar. Let me guess. A heart. So it would seem. A swift and sudden death. A scorched book, its pages singed and tattered, though its contents have been rendered illegible by some unknown phenomenon, it is still possible to make out the dedication. Those who doubted me, may the storm claim your final breaths, and the earth reject your rest. Okay. Ah. I see. Alright, what have we in here? Oh, there's a moon lantern. Not that I need it. Research notes. I have redirected some materials from beneath the tower. I planned to simply raise what forces I need inside the mausoleum itself, but the general prefers that no more of his family crypts be disturbed. Even so, I may have no choice. The temple will not surrender the night song easily, and the general's invulnerability depends on it. I am sure he will forgive a little transgression if it frees the army to move on Baldur's Gate at last. Ah, there's the night song referenced again, and apparently the general's invulnerability is dependent on that.
This night song sounds like the source of Ketheric's immortality.
So it would seem.
Not the first thing you'd think to call an artifact of the Absolute.
If we can find it, perhaps we can use it to destroy Ketheric.
Then we better get searching, shall we?
What do we have in here? An elixir of a necrotic resistance, and cold brim hat. Once per turn, any condition inflicted on a target also applies 2 turns of encrusted with frost. The entity has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. When there are 7 or more turns remaining, the entity must succeed a constitution saving throw or take 1 to 4 cold damage and become frozen. When a successful save, it only takes half damage. Afterward, the frost sloughs away. Removed by burning. Interesting.
The necromancer was experimenting on the tadpoles,
Okay.
but they were already imbued with Netherese magic. So where did that magic come from?
Will, you don't have a hat. There you go. Have a hat. Ritual circle.
A ritual circle. Looks like it was used in the crafting of moon lanterns.
To bind the pixies? A dead pixie. Ew. Goblet with dead tadpoles.
A goblet filled with the mutilated corpses of illithid parasites. Whatever ungodly experiments were performed on them likely killed them.
Alright, well, doesn't seem to be anything else of interest in here. I mean, I could take that moon lantern. Oh, heavy chest. Derivation Cloak. Deadly Derivation. When you poison a foe, heal yourself for 1d4 hit points. I don't really use a ton of poisons, so... Alright. Can I do anything with that? Nope, apparently not. But it might be worth something to sell. A little bit. Alright, now the question is... Can I break in here? Quick save just in case it gets bad.
Don't give me trouble now.
Oh, there's something on the other side of that door. Zealot Clen. And a scrying eye. Turn-based mode. The question becomes, do I try and fight through Asterion? Let's give everybody a long strider. That's scrying eye.
Best be on my way.
Hmm.
Free for the taking.
Can't pickpocket the eye. Question is, do I try to destroy it? He dashes an action. Not enough movement.
Open up.
I can't afford to fail. Need to tread softly.
Alright, you know what I'm going to do? We're just going to see what happens.
This is a restricted area. Time to explain yourself, or this guard will be restricting you to a cell.
Trying to buy your way in, offer a bribe. It's a lot of money. Try to convince them you belong here. Oh, of course it's... Alright, well, we'll try a persuasion check. We'll throw in Bardic Inspiration. That's a 22 DC. Good grief. I'm using Shadowheart's inspiration rolls, so that's fine. Of course, no. Can you get like a good roll? Nope. They're not even close.
Usually, this is the point where the guard leaves you alone. But not today.
Well. Larian, get in here.
No escape. Be quick.
It's just this guard.
Ready.
Never a dull moment. Time for some bloody work.
Defensive attack, yes.
Forever dauntless. Coming through.
Oh, you don't have any. Yeah, we need to short rest you.
Too much to bear.
Holy cow, that was a lot of damage. Path is blocked.
Moving.
That was a hit.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Just a brief respite.
Alright, what do you got? Grilled pork leg. Ooh, a Moonrise Guards key, a potato. Some plate armor. That actually is slightly better than my chainmail +1. I mean, yes. I don't get this benefit from the slashing damage reduction. But I'll take it. Now that's heavy armor. Shadowheart isn't going to be able to use it. I'll send it back to camp for now.
Another step forward.
All right. There's a perception check here. Everybody failed it. Beautiful. Roots. I'm guessing that chest is probably trapped. Death and Divinity, a godly guide. Death is too powerful a force for even a single god to contain. I think I've actually read this one. Well, let's see what happens if we want to open this chest.
That's it. A monster hiding in plain sight.
It's a mimic. Very well. Alright, hideous laughter.
Won't see this coming.
Battle favors the fearless.
That's Eldritch Blast.
Let's end this.
Good hit. And then we'll hold off on Shield of Faith. Crush it. Spine Shudder Amulet. Crackling Resonance. When the wearer deals damage with a ranged spell attack, inflict 2 reverberation upon the target. Affected entity has a -1 penalty to strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws per remaining turn. When the entity has 5 or more turns of reverberation, it takes 1 to 4 thunder damage and possibly falls prone. Condition is removed afterward. Creatures immune to thunder damage can't receive reverberation. That's interesting. Healing word and mass healing word. You know what? Let's send that to Gale. Because I don't know what Gale... That silver plate is worth some money. My darling daughter, when you were a little girl, I would often watch you play with your dolls and your cousins and picture myself an enormous opaque, a silvery shield surrounding you, protecting you. I knew somehow deep within myself that no harm could ever befall you because I would not let it. Though the healers say I may pass into the city of judgment soon, know this, darling daughter, I am always around you, I am always with you, and the Moon Maiden will never allow you to bear a burden you cannot carry. I love you forever. A love that has no death. Mama. Okay. Selûnite robe. It's a light armor. Interesting. Selûnite amulets. An open heresy. Few recognize Shar as a goddess of creation, or Selûne as a goddess of destruction, yet both are true. Born in the primordial ebb and flow of time, they forged Abir Turiel together, and Chauntea, mother of life, sprung into existence. Light and dark hung in perfect balance, embraced by Shar, enlightened by Selûne. Yet their creations were cold and distant, and Chauntea prayed for warmth. The simple request divided the sisters, driving them to conflict. But it was Selûne that forced true flame into Abir Turiel, sparking the sun. How could Shar not be harmed by such a betrayal, forced to war against both the light of the sun and the light of the moon? As the goddesses tore each other asunder, they formed new gods and new conflicts, all for the sake of a little warmth. The lesson is this: to put selfish comforts over the fate of existence is folly. For those who understand, the Lady of Loss is always listening. There is something going on over here.
Wanted the easy path.
All right, let's lockpick the door and see what's going on.
Stand, soldier. These are the general's private quarters. Wait. Something in your scent is familiar.
Show her Scratch's ball.
Take me for a teething pup? Get that out of my face. Though whichever whelp owns that thing smells happy. Safe. I've not scented such a thing since I was flesh. Since my master brought me back, this place smells wrong. His family is gone. Replaced by bootlickers and beasts. You are neither. So tell me true. What is your purpose here?
Let's be honest. I only want to stop the Absolute.
I protect my master. What becomes of his master, I care not. Pass, then, but I will be watching.
My scent seemed to trigger a memory in you. What was it?
Not your scent. Selûnite magic on your skin. The general once smelled that way, when his daughter still lived. I died the same night she did, my master says, trying to protect her. I do not remember, but he brought me back. I will not fail him again.
Zealot Munish.
An honor, true soul.
Okay, well, you're not gonna bother me then? Attracting Drow exiles. Dedicated to Scribe Yanthus by General Ketheric. Or dictated to Scribe Yanthus by General Ketheric. Sweeping up individual Drow renegades is not giving us the cadre of Loth-trained veterans I want for our staff and officer corps. We must be more ambitious. Agent Zilvray, True Soul 113, will be commanded to infiltrate Menzo Baranzen itself, ideally House Bainray, ostensibly to proselytize on behalf of the Divine Absolute. I think Zilvray will be convincing in this role. This intrusion will excite outrage among the Bainray matrons, who can be counted upon to send a warband to exterminate whoever was so rash as to promote anti-Lolth apostasy in their home. Zilvray will have left a clear trail back to Moonrise Towers, where the warband will find not a circle of ragtag heretics, but an army in the making. I'll parley with the Drow leader, but as we negotiate, her warband will be ambushed, and every Drow warrior we capture will be tadpoled. This accomplished, the warband leader will meet the same fate, and thus we shall acquire our cadre of hardened Underdark warriors. And all will cost us is the life of loyal Agent Zilvray, but he is, truth be told, a tedious enthusiast, and I will not miss him. Okay. I wonder if that warband leader was Minthara. Oh, this is not classified as stealing, so... Cloak of Elemental Absorption. Absorb elements. Absorb elemental damage once per short rest. Take half damage from the next elemental attack targeting you, and deal an additional 1d6 of that element type on your next attack. Interesting. I will send that to Gale, I think. Letter to Ketheric. My darling husband, I know my time is drawing near. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave our little girl, but I am not writing to lament our lot. It's ours and no others. Though the city of judgment is dark, I know Our Lady's light will find me even there. I will see her shining spires and walk the silver gardens we've both dreamt of. I go to my reward and leave quite a task to you yet, my heart. Salune's light shines bright in our little one, but she will need a guide to keep her on path. I have no doubt that she will keep you on yours. It is the same path, Our Lady's path, and one day I know it will bring you both back to me. Only not too soon, I hope. I won't say goodbye. There is no loss, only temporary separation. How I love you forever, Melodia.
A letter from Ketheric's wife. Sounds like she loved him very much.
What's that?
Loose planks on the floor. Elder Brain Domination. Confidential. Dictated to Scribe Yanthus by General Ketheric. Young Gortash's plan to enslave an illithid Elder Brain and make it our marionette under control of the Crown of Karsus has proceeded almost without flaw, barring the slight delay while our Ballast allies sorted out their leadership conflict. The weak point must surely be the sharing of the Netherstones. It was necessary to secure my engagement and that of the murder cult, but eventually it's certain that to fracture our fragile alliance. Clearly, all 3 Netherstones must be controlled by a single leader, me by preference, but not until after all the stakeholders have made their essential contribution. Gortash fears that, energized by the dark energies of the Crown, the brain we now call the Absolute will eventually metamorphose into something new and more difficult to control. If he's right, the need to invest the power of the Netherstones in a single wielder is urgent, even more so in that Enver Gortash, at least, must be thinking the same way. Well, that's a bit of information, isn't it? The Absolute is a illithid Elderbrain. Missive from Gortash. General, given what we know from my research about the Gith artifact, I can't emphasize enough how critical it is that it be recovered. The power that artifact contains can boost our own efforts to unforeseen levels, but if it falls into the hands of enemies of wit and persistence, it could bring down all of our plans and schemes. The body of our hand-picked captain for the artifact raid wasn't found in the wreckage of the Nautiloid, and I'm not at all easy in my mind about that fact. Find the artifact, employ rigorous means, do not fail. Alright. I think that's everything that we can do up here. Oh, wait, hold on. There was these roots over here. Ah, that leads down into the rafters. Alright. But we're out of time here, so we're going to have to end the episode here. We will make our way through these rafters and see where they go when we come back. Alright, but for now, we'll stop here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.